celebrating? Smoky jollof. If you don't have smoky jollof,
I've not seen my own. I've not
you have
seen my
to,
own
you have
smoke.
not looked well. You're not looking with your spiritual eyes, all right? Okay, so this morning we'll talk about why we're celebrating Nigeria at the CAF Awards. So, goalkeeper of the year, player of the year, national women's team of the year.
Mm.
My gender is doing great things. We'll talk about all of that. Um, we'll also touch on football that's happening around Europe, who is going, who is staying, and all the drama that is happening in football tournaments. We'll also talk about FIFA best. Yes, they've given them consolation prize. Now we can rest. We
At all,
can
at all.
rest. At all, that bad. So we'll touch a little bit on that award, and then we will talk about what the football coming up today, because there's football today, and it's a big one in the London Derby. So we'll talk about all of that and more in the locker room this morning. But before we do any talking, Ayokunmi, tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room this morning? Because I don't want to hear my voice again. I want to hear from people. What is
Mm.
happening, right?
I feel exactly the same way. So please join us in the messages in on WhatsApp. That's one way. The WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. That's one. Two, studio line is 0201 4489981. 0201 4489981. That is the studio line. And of course, YouTube, where we're streaming live. You can catch us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can drop your comments, and we definitely will be taking them as we get along on the show. But let us begin our journey. As Tega said, we're still in celebratory mood. It has been all about Ademola Lookman, who delivered an emotional and inspiring acceptance speech after being named the 2024 CAF Men's Player of the Year. I mean, this was the worst kept secret, really, Tega, that he was going to win this, and he did at the end of the day.
Yes, and they try to make our hearts cut. Remember when Patrice Motsepe came up, when he announced the other awards, he didn't give us story. When it was time to announce player of the year, he started to tell us that this awards, it was voted by managers and
Managers and
team captains.
captains.
I was like, yeah, so that people are starting to look for how you're going to tweet this award. If people don't give us this award today, we will carry placard. That's where I was at this point in time. I was like, if I don't hear more la, we are carrying placard. And then they just go on and announce Ademola Lookman. Look, he was the player of the year, but the heckling that came on, Moroccan FA said we paid money. That Ashraf Hakimi has been robbed. That this is the second time they're robbing him. That it's because Nigeria always spends money. I was like, who? You people are the one that have money. Have you come to our country? It's not like your own. You are the ones that have money. You are the ones that are hosting everything, hosting CAF, hosting FIFA. If CAF were going to bend to anybody's monetary incentive, it will be to yours,
Mm.
because you host half their tournaments, you host all their seminars, you host FIFA seminars. Gianni Infantino was there. So if they were going to, so if I say Gianni Infantino, but you know how they pronounce it. But if we're going to if they were going to bend to anybody's monetary influence, it will be to your monetary influence, because Nigeria is not hosting anything for anybody. We can't afford it. So why don't you just accept the truth that Ademola Lookman won this thing fair and square and move on with your life? They were mad. They were angry. They were absolutely angry.
I don't even understand what could have caused the anger. I mean, if it were another Moroccan player, maybe one who had done something remotely close to what Ademola did, you could even begin to say, okay, maybe, perhaps. But I mean, what did Achraf Hakimi actually do to even be, should I say, put in that same conversation?
No, no. I mean, again? You have to understand that it was the basis of the CAF Awards, and this is the first time I would say I absolutely love it. The basis of the CAF Awards was the African Cup of Nations that happened last year. The main basis, and then they added other things. The main basis, if not, um, players like Boniface would have been on the list, for what they did in Europe. But the basis of the CAF.
You're muted, Tega.
Oh, sorry. so the basis of the CAF awards was the AFCON, and rightly so, because if CAF has a tournament that year, then the basis for their awards should be primarily that tournament. And so, where did Morocco go to at the AFCON that they were shouting Ashraf Hakimi from? That he won a league with PSG. Anybody can win league with PSG now. Ask anybody that has won league with PSG.
I mean,
All right. So that was on the men's side. On the women's side, there were no arguments as to goalkeeper of the year. Back-to-back wins for Chiamaka and Dadozie. That one was expected. I actually did expect her to finish higher up in when it came to the women's player of the year. But then again, she's a goalkeeper. Like I always say, these awards can be uh, goal scoring heavy. So I had a problem because I don't think that Barbara Branda had a great year, but I don't think that she should have won the CAF Player of the Year. But it was quite the year where nobody really stood out.
mm,
So yeah, nobody really stood out because I mean, if you're giving Barbara Banda an award um for the goals she scored with her club and for what she did with her country, even if it was not the most brilliant of performances at the Olympics, um you still have to give it to you have to look at Tabitha Chawinga. She was also good. You have to look at the Moroccan player Msidi. She also was also great. So it was not a year that anybody particularly
stood out like that.
outshine, yeah, like that. Yeah. So you just had to give it to the best of the lot. And maybe, there's case for Barbara to win it, but there's also case for her not to win it. So on that note, congratulations to her. But goalkeeper of the year and national team of the year for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Fantastic award. So we are celebrating. The jollof rice is smoky. The chicken is peppered. You can
Mm.
drink water. Please drink water before I report you to a Proco doctor. All right.
Chicken
On
that is
that.
chicken that is 30K now, Tega. I'm watching you with side eye. I'm watching you side eye. All right, from one award on to another. Real Madrid and Brazil winger Vinicius Jr. has been named the Men's Player of the Year at the FIFA Best Awards. After boycotting Ballon d'Or, he has won this one.
He has won this one. Nobody's writing think pieces about how anybody else was robbed. Nobody's saying. Do you understand?
Mm,
For a club that is traditional and classy, they were so classless at the Ballon d'Or for a player that only played 6 great months in the year for the award that they wanted to die for. Um, so he won it. Managers, coach, players, fans, managers, captains, fans voted for him. Like I said, they've given him his consolation prize. Now we can hear what. Um, it was the award. Everybody knew the award when the award was going to happen if you paid attention. But it's not Ballon d'Or at the end of the day. So yeah, they can write some post awards, everything and everything. I still don't think. Look, I think he made a case to win best FIFA best. I also think that um Jude Bellingham made a case to win FIFA best, and I think categorically above everybody else, Rodri made the case because he was the most consistent player for his team. And now we can see the impact. Vinicius Junior has been injured for Real Madrid. They still had an 80%, a bit 92% win rate. Man City cannot win without Rodri. Is all
mm.
I'm going to say. Let's just know who is who. And I mean, I'm leaving the clubs for country. We all know what Spain did with Rodri at the Euros, and we all know what Brazil couldn't do, even with Vinicius Junior at the Copa America. So when we say all these awards, as much as sentiments and goal scoring is great, let's look at all the facts. Vinicius Junior really had a great January to May,
To me,
and that was when his fantastic season ended because he didn't do anything um with
at the Copa
with
America with Brazil.
at the Copa America in Brazil. Jude Bellingham had a great August to December. He fell off a little from January. I think because of that injury he picked up in October. He fell off a little from January to like February, and then came back with some brilliant spots in March and April. And then he was also great for England at the Euros.
At the Euros.
They got all the way to the final. So if you ask me, Jude Bellingham even outperformed Vinicius Junior, but Vinicius Junior has magic. And when you watch magical players, it's hard not to put them at the top of your list. Do you understand? Even if
Mm,
their magic is unquantifiable, it's hard not to put magic at the top of your list. I think that's what made it was not what Vinicius Junior did, but how he did it that made him stand out. Mm.
mm. Oh well, at least we at least now we'll rest from all the rancor over should have won, should not
Yeah,
have won, and all that.
yeah,
At least for
yeah.
now. There will always be
For now,
controversy, but let's drink water and drop cup at the moment.
exactly. So they've given him, let him rest. Let us go on.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back in, we'll talk about Chelsea's Mikhailo Mudryk, who is in shock after a certain doping or anti-doping test. Find out more. Keep it tuned to the locker room on Smooth 98.1.
Sorry, there was I left my headphones at the office.
Oh, okay. I thought you said your headphones broke or something.
And so I could still use it like that because it's still working. But
Okay.
I wanted Sam to help me fix the broken part.
Oh, okay.
And
By
when I
the way,
was leaving,
how was the Mowe Wakano?
I'm still working it. So I got someone to take me to and fro. Oh
Yeah, you
boy,
said so.
Moe has no road. Hey, hey, thank God I got somebody to take me. Cause I for loss. By the time we came off the express, Mowe is somebody's village. Like it's like village waka. Even the parts that cars are passing through, they were not
My
really
goodness.
carved out. They were not carved out as roads. I'm sure they were made by trailers that were going there to build people's houses. So there's buildings around the area, but there is no structured roads, and the
Those
roads are sandy.
those areas I avoid. I avoid
So
those areas.
as you are driving on the roads, just dust everywhere, dust. I was just like, is this the way that people who are living in? I don't. It's not. I mean, if you paid for your own house and you built your own house and you're living there, nobody can pursue you.
Of course.
But there is no road structure, not one. Anyways, that's Ogun State's problem. They should sort it out. It's horrible,
And
Sha.
and that has been an age-old problem.
It's
An
horrible.
age problem that that they've had.
Once you get off the express, like there was one part we drove to because we were lost. Then I said, "Oh, madam, there's road there. It looked like a footpath, but true, there was road there. Cars passed there.
Mm.
It is well."
Since
So,
since the apple. Since the apple.
Abby, so I went there Monday. I went there yesterday. I'm going there today. I have another presentation today. After that, I'm done with Moe.
They're done. Mm. The time flies. I mean, it was Monday. Monday we're talking about. Today is the last day.
Today is the last day. As in, I was just looking at it like, hi, what led me to this Moe? If you were, you will cry. I say it's somebody's village. It's like real village worker. Even in Abraka, my village has Star Road. Then again, my village has university. So I have bragging
Wow.
rights. Yes,
Wow.
I have to brag. I have to brag on you now. My village has
Wow.
university. Delta
Eh,
State University is in my village. The third gate is
eh.
opposite my father's land. So what are we
YouTube,
talking about?
YouTube peeps, please come out to
Yes,
come
if
out
your
to
village has university, come outside.
yeah, looking for trouble.
My village has a whole university. So, but that way, no, I say when we entered, came off the third road, came off the express, no more third road, sand road through, and they're not even well structured road. Anyway, it's not my problem. It's like I said, it's Ogun State's problem. All right, how
Ah,
many adverts left?
last one, 30 seconds.
Okay, we're back in.
In big 2024, no roads. All right. And we're back. And we're back into the locker room on the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. We love music, we love life, and you know we love sports as well, no doubt about that one. My name is Ayokunmi. Tega is in with me as well. We're taking a walk into the world of sporting action, and we need you on this ride. So please join us. Send your messages in on WhatsApp on 0809 444 The studio line is 0201 4489981. We'll open that when and if we feel like we need to. Also join us on YouTube. YouTube, always bubbly. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And drop your comments there as well. Uche Nwokoye, Abiodu Opisheson. I see y'all. I'll take your comments as we get along. All right, Tega, let's get back into the groove in the locker room and talk about a certain Mikhailo Mudryk. Now, he said that he's shocked after being contacted by the Football Association over an adverse analytical finding following a routine anti-doping test. What's going on here?
Yeah, he went for his routine anti-doping test, and they said there was banned substances in the system. To be precise, the Sharapova drug, meldonium.
Why?
Because it was Sharapova that introduced that to me. So it's always going to be her own.
Stop pressing her neck now.
But yeah, that was the drug test he failed, which is tricky because first of all, you didn't play in the last 5 games. They said the coach said it was illness, but you haven't played all season. And even when you've played, we've not seen normal football. Not to talk of football that was influenced by doping. You know, when they said Maradona failed some drug tests, you could say okay, it's understandable because you saw Maradona play football. You know, but Mudryk, what are you playing that you are? But he says that he doesn't know how he got into his system. At least he didn't come up with some story like Richard Gasquet that said he kissed a woman and that's how cocaine got into his system. And Carr still believed him, which is more ridiculous. But let's wait to see. He's been provisionally suspended with immediate effect, which is what should happen. And this is what tennis should learn from. Because tennis is after the player has been suspended, after the case has been viewed, before we'll now hear, oh, somebody failed the doping test 6 months ago. I'm like, what are people doing? But this one, they will still review it. It's still open to review, it's still open to appeal, but he's suspended with immediate effect, which is what should happen. So let's see what happens to him. But the truth of the matter is, the guy made the wrong choice to go to Chelsea. His career was soaring. Then another London club wanted to buy him, and then he now went to Chelsea instead. It was the wrong choice. It's not that Chelsea is a bad club, but sometimes, even if it's a good thing, it may not be a good thing for you.
Exactly.
That's what players. It may not be a good thing for you. Think about it. Jude Bellingham went to Real Madrid and he fit right in. But there are players in Real Madrid that cannot even find playing time, and they're also midfielders. So it's just not for him. His career kind of went down the hill ever since he moved to Chelsea. I'm not saying it would have been better at Arsenal. I'm just saying that Chelsea obviously, clearly hasn't worked for him.
Definitely.
So sad one for him.
There's no shame in that. We've seen great players who haven't, done it at one club, we've done it at another. A certain Diego Forlan comes to mind very, very easily.
Very easily. Diego Forlan, Hernan Crespo. Who else?
Shevchenko as well.
There's Fernando Torres. Look, it's not that the club is bad. It's just that it's a wrong fit for you.
Exactly. No shame in that. All right, let's talk about Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. I'm rubbing my hands at this one. Now, he believes that winning the League Cup can further fuel his side's push for the Premier League crown as they prepare to host Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. He wants to win Arsenal, his fourth trophy, he quotes, with Arsenal on this one.
Which trophy? He'll be counting Trey as trophy.
He won three now. He said he won three.
If I arrest him, he'll be counting Trey as trophy. If I arrest him. Anyways, I will arrest him. I'll drive him to Ekiti Street. He should not try me. He should not try me. All right, but First of all, that's a shameful. That's a shameful thing. I didn't really see the statement from him particularly, but I heard that he said that. So that's first of all that was shameful. But yes, if they can proceed further in a League Cup because they need inspiration from anywhere, and the team is in such a place that any win now can raise their hopes. First of all, they're Arsenal, their hopes are easily raised. But secondly,
Wow.
secondly, sometimes you just need one victory to remind you that anything is still possible, and he could do that if his team, beats Crystal Palace today. Now, the interesting thing is because it's the League Cup, usually they don't start with their um regular 11, even if it's a Premier League side. Now, Crystal Palace is a team that in the past 2 weeks at least, they've come up with they've become one of the tough teams to beat, and they've come up with some interesting results. And so, first of all, it's a derby. So you know how London teams would play when they face each other. All of a sudden, they have capes. Do you understand? They have underground caves where they have all these fantastic machines and tools that they can use to once they meet each other, they just suddenly become superheroes. And so it's not going to be an easy task for Arsenal, despite the fact that Arsenal is higher up the table, on the Premier League table than Crystal Palace. It's a derby, so it's going to be tough. It's a League Cup, and it's midweek. And these teams will still meet on Saturday in the Premier League. So whatever expo you give them today, they will use against you on Saturday. So you have to play the tactics for the day, because you're going to meet over the weekend. So it will be an interesting time. Let's see how it goes. All right, I wanted us to open the phone lines and let's hear their thoughts on FIFA Best and Ademola Lookman with CAF. All right, so let's open the phone lines while we take the rest of the story. The numbers to call are.
All right, studio line remains 0201 4489 981. 0201 4489 981 studio line. You can also send your messages to WhatsApp if that's preferable for you. That is 0809 440 981. So let's get your thoughts on Ademola Lookman and, of course, the fifth
FIFA Best. All
FIFA
the
Best
Real Madrid
Awards.
fans, you can come out for me now.
And the phone line is already blinking. Let's take our first call of the morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the locker room. Welcome to the show.
I think there's too many coaches at Chelsea. They are saying an impact on him. There's just too many coaches.
Okay. Too many substandard coaches at Chelsea. All right, perhaps. All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts there. Keep those calls coming in on 0201 4489 981. We'd love to get your thoughts on Ademola Lookman and, of course, the FIFA Best Awards. What are your thoughts on that one? Okay, another one coming in. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Very good morning to you. Who's talking to us?
Yeah, this is especially Joe calling from Makapa.
Welcome, Joe.
Yeah, interesting one. Where is that for Ademola Lookman? It deserves it. I mean, like, there's no need to even argue. I think he actually was there that above the. I think it was more like a competition. For being they try to compensate him and just to make him, stop crying like a baby. And because for me, I think Bellingham is far ahead of me. Are you kidding me? Bellingham was a little best there. He even went far in the right now. So
Right.
It's just a competition for opinion.
All right, Joe. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts there. Wow. Taking jabs at Vinicius there. Crybaby. Well, it is what it is. Anyways, while we wait for more calls to come in, Tega, let's talk about one of the big stories that broke on social media last night, talking about Marcus Rashford, who says he's ready for a new challenge after being asked about his future at the club. It looks like the Rashford United romance is going to end pretty soon. Are you there, Tega? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Tega.
Amorim is not interested in that rough play. And, when you drop Rashford and Gamacho, two of your most explosive players, according to your fans, and you still go on to beat Manchester City, even if Manchester City, now everybody can beat them, that's not the issue. You still go on to beat Manchester City. Your word becomes law. Everybody, you can argue with a man's methods. You can't argue with results. Everybody likes a winner. As long as you're winning, you're correct. Anything you say is correct. If you're winning and you say 2 plus 2 is 5, you're correct. Because that's probably how you won, and people want to win. The truth of the matter is Rashford has had these moments where he has 6 fantastic games in a row, then his career just dies again for the rest of the season. And Amorim doesn't want that. He wants a team that will consistently bring results because he's looking to win trophies. And so Amorim has used the biggest name in the locker room to show people a lesson that anybody can be dropped. And Rashford's people are not taking it lightly. Unfortunately, they don't have enough results on the pitch to back up whatever fights they have. And they're trying to use the charity place. Oh, he's feeding children. Oh, he's going to schools. That's not what they hired you for. They didn't hire you to go to school and to feed children. As great as those things are, they hired you to score them goals and not to come too late to party to training because you were at the party the night before. So those are the things that can get Rashford in trouble and have gotten him in trouble. Amorim doesn't care. Amorim can't be bothered. So yes, it looks like Rashford may be gone soon.
We'll see how that plays out. Maybe in January or in the summer. Let's see what happens on that front. All right, let's take messages. Time has absolutely flown by. Ibukun says, Tega, what does Lautaro Martinez have to do to gain recognition? He won the Serie A, top scorer 24 goals, won Copa America, top scorer in as well, Serie A MVP, Serie A Team of the Year, Serie A Footballer of the Year. Does he need to change to another league? I mean,
he doesn't have PR, and he's not crying all over social media. And his president is not crying all over social media.
So there's that. Sad. Nathan Unjoku from Kirikiri Town says, it's a shame how Jude Bellingham, Lautaro Martinez, and Xabi Alonso were totally overlooked for club and country awards. Vinny doesn't deserve it, particularly this FIFA award, because he was a total flop for his country. Shame. He says hard work is no longer being rewarded. Again, instead, players and clubs with good PR now win everything. Ask Man City. Okay. Oluwaseyi says, hope Real Madrid are happy now after acting like babies and being petty about not winning an award. More than one person can deserve an award during a specific period. That's the way people perceive beauty differently. Different people may perceive performance differently during that specific period.
This message is the message of the year. This message is the message of the year. More than one person can deserve an award at the same period. That's all people need to know in this life, and stop killing yourselves.
Tayo says, sad to see Agbabola not win. I guess eras must come to an end. That's ETH. They can't use money to buy talent. Congrats to Lookman and the Nigerian contingent. But what is Onana doing in Africa's starting 11? Another 11 that we don't know head or tails what was going on right
exactly.
There. AY from Miniru says, congratulations to Ademola Lookman on winning the African Player of the Year award and to Vinicius as well on his big win last night. However, I strongly believe that Jude Bellingham would have been a more deserving winner. Okay, YouTube, real quick, let me take one or two. Uche Nawokoye says, happy for Ademola, well-deserved. Baffled at African 11 list. CAF needs to tell us how they dropped that list. And Abiodun Obishason says, a well-deserved win for Lookman. Dissenting voices should go to court. Tega, who are you rooting for? Fury versus Usyk. Big one there.
Ulufemi. Usyk die. Usyk every day of week and fight on Sunday.
Ulufemi Peruku says, Ogun State doesn't... Okay, that was our conversation behind the scenes talking about Moe and Ogun State. Well, thank you all for your messages. Thank you, Tega, once again for making it a hit in the locker room.
Thank you, Ayokunmi, for holding it down. Thank you, everybody that sent in your messages via WhatsApp, via phone calls, and on YouTube. And thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. Till I come your way again on Friday. Have a great week.
All right, have a great week, Tega, and of course, see you on Friday. Lagos, keep it tuned to your Love Music, Love Live station, Smooth 98.1. We're going to get into Lagos Talks at 9. It's going to be a mellow one. We're looking to Christmas. It's in a week's time. Just looking at your Christmas traditions and how Christmas this year is going to be different for you compared to last year and previous years as well.